because everything is in English terms too, and I was like, oh, I think my team's name is Defense. Because everyone would be defense. I'm like,
good morning. So good to have you guys here. For everyone watching, we've got Kalia Copper from Avenida, Gabby Williams from Sopron, Satu Sabali from Fenerbahce. So today, another little chit-chat again to get to know you guys a bit better off the court. Just basketball. How did you guys get started in this crazy sport? What was your first memory? I started off personally through my dad, who used to play semi-pro, but I'm going to pass you the ball and you can tell us a little bit more.
I started just because everyone in my family played, and I think I really didn't like it for a really long time, but my sister went to the university in my hometown, and I just remember going to all of her games, and that's kind of what kept me in the sport.
I was actually on the playground, and my coach asked asked my mom, hey, she's so tall, doesn't she want to come to a girls basketball day? And then I was there, and then I landed in a boys team, so that's how I started. It was fun.
As you do.
Yeah.
Okay. Unlike Gabby, nobody in my family played, so I just started with just playing outside, like at the park, like for fun with the guys, and then started getting competitive.
I feel like a lot of people start their trajectory at the start with guys. So was it tough to find that right environment when you were a little girl?
Yeah, I think there wasn't many places for young girls to play where I live. And then I went to boarding school, so it wasn't too many girls playing, so it was just easier to hop in with the guys.
Yeah. How about you girls?
It was the icebreaker.
Yeah, I remember being like, my uncle had a team, and I remember always playing on his team, and I love my uncle. Like, he's one of my favorite men on the planet, and so it was kind of an excuse to spend time with him, and and he had a boys team, and I just was always with the boys too.
Yeah, for me it was cool. I mean, I didn't know a lot of girls' teams, so I just started playing with them. Never got the ball at first because I didn't even know what was going on. And because everything is in English terms too, and I was like, oh, I think my team's name is Defense. Because everyone would be defense. I'm like, but I was so happy, like it was so much fun. And then when you get better, it just flows naturally, so yeah.
Did you ever find that anyone was holding you back or trying to get in the way, or was just confused about the ambition that you had in basketball?
No, I had a really supportive, upbringing and surroundings. It was just, I never really realized that I never played with girls until I came in like the teenage age group where I was like 12, and then, okay, I really have to change every time in a different locker room. Because
by yourself?
Yeah, by myself. And then it started disturbing me because I'm like, okay, why, I want to change with my team. And that's when I started having the first conversations. And then I started in a girls team. And it was so cool just to have girls around and, braid your hair before games, like little things. It was different. So the transition was cool too.
How about you, Gabby? Anyone that you felt was trying to hold you back or didn't understand?
I don't know, it was always kind of myself, because it was really, like I said, basketball was something I didn't really love at first, and it was really difficult for me, but what I loved was my friends that I had with me, like she said, the little things, hanging out in our hotel rooms after, like getting into trouble in between games, staying in the gym all day, because I don't know how we did it, but we'd have like 4 or 5 games in one day, eat only McDonald's, never drink water, the AAU days. But those are the memories I have from when I was young, was like my best friends growing up.
Amazing.
I don't think anybody's ever tried to hold me back. Like you said, I had a great support system, so yeah.
And as you progressed in your career, did you have people that were maybe trying to overly contribute to what you were doing, like chime in and tell you what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing?
I think that comes with being a athlete and being good any kind of way. As you progress in your career, you always have these people that pop in, and it's like, oh, I want you to work on this, or oh, I want to help you do this, and it's like, I got the people that have been with me since day one, so I'm good.
And how did you build that sort of inner circle of yours that you trust fully?
For me, it was just the people that believed in me when I didn't really believe in myself, and the people who always tried to help me. And I think that those people don't come after the success. Those people always come before the success. So for me, it was pretty easy to filter out who was real and who wasn't.
Did you have similar experiences? Do you have sort of an inner circle that you rely on?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because my inner circle usually doesn't want anything to do with the basketball part. And I think that's what makes my inner circle so great, is they're like kind of my escape from everything, but I can still talk to them about everything. And I think I found my true inner circle just within the last couple of years. Is obviously my life went through some pretty drastic changes in the last couple of years, so I think I've found my base now.
Yeah, same for me. I think what you really need to figure out is who wants to push you and not change you. And because as soon as it gets to, hey, you should be doing this, you should be doing this, and you're totally out of, I wouldn't say comfort zone, because you always have to step out of your comfort zone, but I think your intuition will always tell you what intentions are in that specific conversation or in that specific relationship with that other person. So especially when it came to college, I feel like in the recruiting process, so many people are in your ears and so many people don't even know what's going on but want to just chip in, that you just have to filter everything out and stay with the people who were there when you really were at nothing. Yeah.
And in terms of the dynamics in the locker room, you are all from very different backgrounds, multifaceted. What do you enjoy the most about sharing a locker room with other women that are also so multicultural?
It's cool. I mean, I kind of had like a moment of like realization, I don't know how to call it, but like just watching their game yesterday in person and seeing the atmosphere, I'm just like, wow. And like you said before, how many languages have I heard just in the last 24 hours? But it's like my teammates are next to me speaking Serbian and Hungary. I'm like on the phone in French, and then we're watching this in Istanbul, and I'm just like, wow, this is actually really, how many people get to experience what we get to experience as these athletes playing in Europe? And yeah, I think it's something really special.
Yeah, same. I mean, I feel like everything is so special. Like in the locker room, I mean, I grew up in Germany, so it was very different to America. And I think that the celebrations are just bigger in America. And, you know, in the locker room, you dance a lot more. It's just more free, you know. And in Germany, it was, I wouldn't say serious because I had so much fun too. Like, I don't want to downplay that at all. But I think for me, the biggest difference was really when I was in Dallas. It was the first time I really played in like a predominantly Black team. And that was a difference. It was like more, I don't know, you know, I'm the worst with lyrics, so I can never rap or sing along, but I will still do it. I'm still with them. It's a big difference in terms of just the vibes. And yeah, it's just so cool. Like you said, the languages, like when I'm back with the national team, I speak German and I feel like, okay, I don't have to think about English. So I feel like this is nice. So yeah, that's a difference for me.
And for you, Ka, obviously probably quite a different experience from Gabby and Satu coming from the States over here. How have you found it all? What have you really enjoyed about those locker room interactions?
I just enjoyed the vibes. I think everybody is so different in their own way, and it's important that you embrace and appreciate everybody's differences. It makes teams what they are, and mostly for me, it's the music. You know, everybody listens to different music, and I love music. So I just try to see what everybody like to listen to. I always like the DJ, and I'm the best DJ, by the way. But yeah, I just like that.
In which country though?
Right.
But yeah, I appreciate the music and just everybody's differences.
And last time we spoke, you were talking about how you don't like to maybe explore so much when you first get to somewhere. You're a bit of a homebody.
Yeah.
Get out the house.
Are you going to try getting out the house a bit more, exploring the local cultures, or would you always rather have some sort of like home comfort wherever you end up before exploring?
I think some things will never change. I need some type of home comfort. I need this base where I feel comfortable. But I've been much better in Spain. I've been getting out. I've had some family visit me, so I was forced to get out and take them to see some different things. So yeah, I'm slowly evolving and growing into this adult,
Living that European
who's
lifestyle.
Yeah, so I'm getting better, but I definitely need that base.
I get that completely. I mean, I always look out for Italian food wherever I go. So
I love Thai food.
obviously your job takes you all over the world, and there's that big quote, I love my job because it takes me all over the world. Have there been any moments that you've questioned that at all?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Do you want to start?
Well, I think basketball has opened endless doors for me, and I'll forever be grateful. But I've also haven't lived with my family since I'm 17, so like I don't see my niece as often as I would want to. You just don't see the people that you don't see. Like my friends from home, every time I'm home, it's like 2-3 days in Berlin. And then you see your family, and you maybe don't see your, third, fourth friend who you love so much, but there's just no time. Mm-hmm. And I think that is something, with all the travel, like sometimes you just want to sit down and relax and be at a space for 1 week. And then I actually want to be in my house for so long because I'm an outgoing person, but just resting sometimes is important. And we don't really have that. Yeah. But I'm still grateful. I wouldn't change it for the world, so I would do it again.
Yeah, this year was difficult for me, this past year. And like Satu said, I've been out of the house since I was 17 as well. Mm-hmm. And, last year was super difficult with my suspension and everything. It took such an emotional toll on me when everything happened. And, since then my mom hasn't seen me play in person since 2019. Since we lost to Vegas on the buzzer beater. That was the last game my mom ever saw me play in person. And this year, spending the summer in France, and with COVID, my mom couldn't come to Tokyo and everything. So I did all these experiences kind of without my family. And then I went back to Chopron, and it was like I hit a wall. I definitely hit a wall, and I questioned if I could continue to do this. And I was like, I don't know the next time I'll see my family. What if I'm suspended again next year? Because last year was a surprise too. So it's like, it was hard, and I learned that I just have to take it day by day and remember why I'm doing it. And that kind of got me out of it. Just like, okay, what's tomorrow? Focus on that. And then good things start to happen, and then you get the momentum back.
How about you? Anything that keeps you going in these hard times when maybe you're thinking that it is tough to be so far from family and loved ones?
Yeah, I think for me, that's the biggest thing. Like you said, tough year, losing family members and just being so far away from home. I think it's tough. So it does make you question, is it worth it? But I just had these moments where I'm like, you remember why you started, and you remember the family who believed in you and your family who now believes in you. And basketball is a safe space, makes you feel good. It's where you feel like your best. So I think it's important that you just keep your head down, like you said, take it day by day.
Totally. And thinking back to your teammates and what you look for in people that you surround yourself with, is there anything that you immediately look for in a teammate or even in a coach that you appreciate, or something that really turns you off, that gives you the ick in a teammate?
The vibes. I guess is if you have good vibes, and you don't have to get along right away, but you can tell. I feel like you can tell what kind of, I don't know how to call it,
kind of like that skin feeling.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That. Yeah.
Like your intuition, it just tells you, okay, is that a cool person or not? Most of the times the people next to you in the locker room are the people you talk to the most before. You just spent some weird time with them before, so that, and then practice, you just get to know each other. But this is rude people. I can't do rude people. Like when when we go out and eat and you're disrespectful to someone else, like to the waiter, that's something that just
Same.
I'm like, what? Okay.
Right. Like who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Anything that gives you the ick in particular with any?
I think it's someone who, like, if we win a game by 20 and you went like 1 for 8, so you're pouting. Like that's my biggest thing is someone who's only caught up in themselves and can't be happy with others. And I think opposite too, like those are my favorite teammates, are the ones who are like always happy for you no matter what, always supporting you. Even if you're playing bad, they're the first ones to try to get you up. And yeah, I remember this summer, it was really hard for me being like the new one on the French national team and everything, but everyone was so amazing with me, like so supportive, so cool, and I felt really at home and comfortable, and like now I talk to them every single day. And then I've also had teammates who like, we all have those teammates where as soon as the season is over, you don't talk ever again, like, and that's okay too. Yeah, but usually those teammates for me who I never talked to again were the ones who couldn't get out of themselves, like only thought of themselves and could never be happy for the person next to them or showed jealousy towards a teammate. That's what gives me the ick.
And I guess on that sort of sisterhood that is present, do you find that there's a stronger bond in the women's basketball community because you guys have to stick together to break barriers and really like overcome obstacles?
I think that maybe, but I think that when you spend so much time with people who are genuine and that you can form these relationships with, I think that it comes naturally. And we talk about different things that we go through, and when you can relate to people so much, you start to form these bonds and these relationships.
Absolutely. How about?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like that bond comes automatically because we've all started, just not knowing basketball at all, and we have to get through certain stages. You're like national team, y'all have AAU, and then just different kind of stages where the whole world kind of comes together. Really, basketball is like all these different nationalities, and we all have that in common, that we never stop working, first of all. We never, we battled through injuries, we battled through so many things, society, that we could get really deep here. Yeah, and I feel like we all have that in common, so it automatically brings you together, and that will to win, that just, it just really forces you to be together, because you can't win if you're all individuals on a team.
It's true.
And you'll have strong presence on social media, and I guess there's two angles to this. One of it is, do your fans sort of affect you on social media, whether in a positive or negative way? Does it affect the way that you play or your mood?
For me, I have an interesting relationship with social media. Y'all two know. These two know. I'm almost never on my Instagram. I mean, I've actually deleted my everything, TikTok, Twitter, everything for the last 3 weeks, and it feels amazing. So I'm trying to find the balance between like, all right, I need to share what I'm doing with people. I need to share these games and bring like, okay, there's people in the States who don't know what I'm doing in Europe, people in Europe who don't know what I'm doing in the States, but I also hate it. I have found like a little, just for my backdoor. Yeah, backdoor for my friends. But it's weird for me because it does, for me, it takes like a big toll on me, and I'm someone who doesn't like to share too much with people, and the more like my social media has grown, the farther I've kind of pulled back from it, unfortunately. So I'm still working on finding that balance of like, okay, sometimes it's a business, sometimes it's to help the fans, there's people who want to see what you're doing, but also take care of yourself mentally first.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of how the media talks about the women's game, is there anything that gets to you that you wish was done differently on the media side of things?
For me, I just want them to pronounce my last name right. Yeah, and I want them to share more of people's stories, and not just the same people's stories, because those big name people that they constantly talk about someone else who has a story, that there's a little girl out there that can relate to that story, who can grow up and then feel like, wow, I have that same story. Like, I feel like the media just talks about the same people. So there's just so many people out there who's just as good and has a really great story that can inspire somebody.
I guess that's a good sort of transition into the last stage. Our bowl is back. You will have to use it to speak. I would love to know, obviously you've all had incredible careers, but you're also really young still. What legacy do you want to leave behind? Gabby, we can start with you.
Legacy? I don't know. My agent came and we talked a little bit yesterday, and he was saying, this person came to watch you, this person came to watch you, and it was the first time I had heard someone like come to watch me and not my team, and that's all happened this year. So I think I'm just like reminding myself every time I play, like there's someone in the stands who hasn't seen me play before, and I just hope I leave some kind of positive impression on them.
For me, it's really, I think being a representation of German basketball. I think that we have so much room to grow, and I always compare it to American basketball because that's like, sky's the limit. Why not? Why not dream big? And it's always so amazing to see that support system. So I would definitely want to bring that back to Germany for the girls there. It just opens so many doors, and I would love that. And I'm slowly growing into the saying like, okay, I am the best. I want to be the best, but like my best. And I don't know. I never used to say that, but I just need to tell it myself. So I'm confident. I'm more than what I thought, because one bad game would destroy me and really rock my world. And I just think that I really need to learn the process of growing. So that's who I want to be and become.
Positive self-talk.
Yes, exactly.
I think this is a good question because when you just think about legacy, you think about so many different things. And for me, it's like anything's possible. Just thinking about my process and thinking about where I've come and how far I've come. And like you said, we're all still young. For me, it's just, like I said, anything's possible. I went from not playing much to playing a little bit to, winning the championship, getting MVP, playing my first year in EuroLeague and, getting MVP. I think it's just the sky's the limit, really. If you really just do what you're supposed to do, be a good person, and support other people. I just want to be remembered as like life of the party, and just like shoot, dang, she worked so hard. Like I saw her growth, and she was a great person. So that's what I want to be remembered for.
That's great.
Thank you for this really amazing, beautiful conversation.
Thank you.
What are we going to call that? Chit chat?
Chit chat.
Still working title. But thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you. Cut.
This got to be fun. Like,
this is the best thing I've ever done in my life. Are you kidding me? I get to be like with you guys. Yeah. I'm like fangirling every day.
But it's so important. It's so important that you do that too, because, like you said, like Ari and everyone else is slowly building around it, and people who interview women's basketball players, like I'm thinking that all the time, like even the reporters, like they didn't get anything from reporting our stories, and slowly y'all get some recognition too. We're all in the same boat.
They just know us as basketball players.
Yes.
Nobody knows anything.
That's the thing, and I feel like obviously in the States things are moving, but it's good now for Europe to get things moving as well and change the story here as well. But yeah, thank you so much. This was really awesome.
Thank you.
Gabby, is this new? Did you do this yourself?
I did it myself.
Did you actually?
Which one?
I meant to tell you.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that everybody was talking about on when we did the live together. Everybody was asking about that tattoo. They could see it. Yeah.
I meant to tell you to bring it. I just want something small. Like,
are you gonna get her to do
I got
it?
something small.
Oh my God. I forgot it was like 4 a.m.
Did you do it yourself, or did you let Gabby do it?
I was like,
No, I was like, here's the pen, here's the ink, I set it up.
I see. I just want something like small and weird, like.
But are you
make
gonna
you smile every
trust
single
someone
time.
else?
Yes.
Are you gonna trust someone else to do it?
Gabby.
You know, some middle school dance.
I was talking about that the other day.
I have an alien there.
And then Marine Joan, do you know Marine Joan is? She did a few on me. She goes, It's French.
Oh my.
Is it
yeah,
painful when
okay,
people
yeah.
that don't know what they're doing do them?
Yeah, well, Marine, she actually draws well.
Okay.
She did a Pac-Man here. Actually, it was so funny. I knew Marine for maybe like 2 weeks, right? And she goes, Gabby, if we win, can I tattoo you? I barely knew her, and I was like, sure.
Oh my god.
And then now it's like a tradition. Every time we have like FIBA window, someone tattoos.
Oh my god.
And then this
I
one, I
love
was
that.
just like,
That's really
Wait, it's
good.
good.
You did it with the right?
Mine must be
Oh, you did it with
painful.
the right.
I did it with my right hand, yeah.
That's cool.
Upside down?
Well, no, I drew it with the pen, and then after that, it's just
Oh.
tracing.
I feel like now you should bring a tattoo pen to these events, and then I will definitely get a tattoo by you. I have no tattoos, but I will get it done.
What?
Yeah. I'll get it done.
different level of
Bring a
trust.
pen.
I want everyone to know that I'm not a tattoo artist. Like, if it comes out like
Warning.
shit, it's not my fault.
Awesome. Well,
Next time.
thanks so much, guys.
All right, thank you.
Take your mics back, ladies.